On this edition of Lexington Now, first 5 Lex, the indoor triathlon, and frozen pipes. I'm Neil Noah, and welcome to Lexington Now for the week of January 16th, 2023. Fayette County Public Schools introduced a new way forward, its new childhood education initiative through First 5 Lex. Mayor Linda Gorton joined school officials for the announcement.
We appreciate so much the support that the community shows to our students across the district. As we discuss a renewed focus on our early childhood education today, we know that your support will expand to include our birth to 5 age group. That is so important to creating a lifelong learning experience for our students.
In 2010, Fayette County Public Schools announced a new initiative, First 5 Lex. The goal was to encourage our community to work with families and caregivers to read, talk, play with children in their first 5 years, those formative years. The city's been a partner in that initiative and in other early childhood education initiatives like Head Start. And we are here today, a partner with Fayette County Public Schools, committed to supporting our youngest learners.
Early childhood education and kindergarten readiness, as we know, therefore, begins well before children start their first day in the classroom. Brain education research tells us that from birth to 5 years old, a child's brain develops more than any other time in their lifetime. By the time they're 5 years old, 90% of their brain development have occurred. As parents, caregivers, and community members, we can help children's brain development, and it's not complicated, actually. It doesn't require hours of training, doesn't require an advanced degree. In fact, it doesn't require a degree at all. It simply requires that we read, talk, and play with our students. Parents, families, and caregivers are our children's first teachers, long before they arrive in any of our classrooms. Therefore, this community-based initiative, First 5 Lex, helps children, families, and caregivers read, talk, and play from birth to kindergarten so that they are well equipped when they head into our classrooms for the first time. So why now is there a renewed focus on early childhood education across our community? Well, in the 2021-22 school year, just last year, we had the lowest scores ever on kindergarten readiness. This year, we began the implementation of our 5-year strategic plan, A New Way Forward. This title is just not a tagline. It's the direction in which we are going, and it's the course of action we will take in order to get there. That being said, our goal is a bold one. By the year 2027-28 school year, our goal is to ensure that 100% of students who are entering kindergarten have the prerequisite skills to be ready from day one to begin their learning experience and move forward from there.
One of the most important things we can do to improve early literacy is give our children access to books. Inspired by her father's inability to read and write, Dolly Parton started her Imagination Library in 1995 for the children in her home county in Tennessee. Today, her program spans 5 countries and gifts over 2 million books a month to children around the world. With the goal of inspiring a love of reading, the voluntary program gifts books each month to children from birth to age 5, free of charge to families through funding shared by Parton and local communities. Until today, Fayette County was one of only 5 counties in Kentucky with no coverage. We are thrilled to announce registration is officially open for our littlest learners, children ages birth to 5. with support from individuals and organizations such as Bluegrass Community Foundation, the Junior League of Lexington, First 5 Lex. The Fayette County Education Foundation is working with partners across the community to enroll the over 19,000 children eligible to receive books. Families can register online at fayettefoundation.org or via paper forms that can be found at every Lexington Public Library branch, as well as other locations across the county. If your business or organization serves families of young children, holler and we'll bring some posters and some registration forms out to you. Also, I encourage you to donate to the Fayette Education Foundation's Imagination Library Fund. It costs about $30 a year to supply one child with a book every single month for 1 year. And you know there's nothing better than cracking open a brand new book.
Wherever you are on the continuum of being supportive in this effort, it starts today, a renewed focus on ensuring that our birth to 5 learners have all of us behind them to make sure that they are prepared for their first day of kindergarten.
The YMCA is holding its 4th annual indoor triathlon. Corey Donahue of the North Lexington YMCA tells us how to get involved.
I'm Corey Donahue. I'm an operations director at the North Lexington YMCA. That's where we are here standing in our fitness center as we prepare for our 4th Philip Cullen Memorial Indoor Triathlon. It's a really unique event. So it is a swim, bike, run event, but it's completely contained within the walls of our YMCA. So you'll swim for 10 minutes in our indoor pool, then you'll transition into this fitness center where participants will bike for 30 minutes on our indoor cycles, and then they'll transition to our treadmills for a 20-minute run, and athletes will see how far they can go in each one of those given time frames. It is February 12th. It's a Sunday morning. We do it before our facility opens. You do not have to be a Y member to participate. The best place to go is ymcacky.org/events, and you'll find all kinds of information about the logistics of the event, how to register, pricing and everything. It's been great. We've grown every year. This is the 2nd time we've done it in memory of Philip Cullen, who was a beloved triathlete here in town who just absolutely loved making the sport fun and engaging and inviting in new participants, which is great. What's really unique about our event is that it's a lower barrier of entry than an outdoor triathlon, less equipment needed, and so it's great for new athletes, but also existing or experienced athletes to come in and get in a great workout as well and challenge themselves. Well, I think that the great thing is that this is a great way to test out the sport before you get ready for this upcoming triathlon season. Maybe if it's new to you and you want to see how you feel doing the swim, bike, run back to back, it's a great way to get a feel for that. We also have an option for a relay, up to 3-person relay, if that's something you're interested in, doing it with your family, or even just a bike run option. So if you're not quite comfortable swimming, you have those options as well to try out. Registration goes all the way up until February 11th, so it will sell out likely, so make sure they try to register early, but we're looking forward to another great event. If you want more information about the event, go to ymcacky.org/events. There's an FAQ page on there. There's also great details about how the event's going to run so they can get a good feel for it. Always can reach out to me here at the North Lexington Y for more information as well.
Frozen pipes are always a concern this time of year. We'll tell you how to prevent them after the break.
It's time. It's time to get honest about domestic violence. It's time, Lexington.
Lexington, it's time.
It's time.
Domestic violence is a community issue, not a private matter.
It's time to get honest.
We all know someone who has experienced domestic violence.
It's time.
Lexington, it is time.
It's time.
Welcome back to Lexington Now. One of the costliest repairs for home and business owners this time of year is frozen pipes. Here's how to prevent this from happening to you.
Kentucky American Water suggests for all of our customers that they take a few minutes to go ahead and prepare their homes for the cold temperatures. And that includes things like remove your garden hoses from the spigots outside your home and make sure that you get all of those garden hoses disconnected from those spigots. Because if you leave those attached, then the water in those hoses can freeze during cold temperatures and cause that frozen water become ice and back up into your home and burst your pipes. So we certainly don't want that. So go ahead and make sure you disconnect those hoses. The other thing that you can do is go ahead and check around your home for any water pipes in your home inside that are on outside walls that may be susceptible when the weather does get cold to freezing during those colder temperatures. You also want to check things like basements for pipes that are exposed in basements that get very cold, because again, those pipes can freeze and potentially burst, and that causes huge headaches and obviously some damage and cost for you in the winter, and we don't want that. So go ahead and take some time, maybe check out some options for insulating those pipes at your local hardware store. And then the last thing that I would say is a really significant step to take is make sure that you and everyone in your home knows how to turn off the water to your home quickly should you have a pipe freeze this winter. And to do that, you want to know where the main water shutoff valve is located in your home. It's often in a basement or a utility room, sometimes in a crawl space, and it's typically on the side of the home where your water line enters your home from the meter. And so you want to look for that valve, and when you find it, when you identify it, go ahead and mark it with a ribbon or a piece of tape or something to let your family members know that should there ever be a burst pipe in your home, that's the valve to turn to quickly turn off your water. This winter, if you were to have a pipe freeze and burst, certainly if it bursts, you want to go ahead and again shut off that water with your main water shutoff valve until you can have time to check with your plumber, etc. But you want to keep that water turned off so that you don't cause more problems in your home. But the other thing you can do to prevent colder temperatures this winter is if you go away, for instance, if you're out of town for the weekend or you have an extended stay away from your home, make sure that when you adjust the heat for your home, don't go any lower than 55. It may be tempting to turn that heat all the way down, but if you do that, you risk your home getting really cold and causing those pipes to freeze. So you want to prevent that by going no lower than 55 degrees. You may, on certain nights when the temperatures are getting really cold, to have just a trickle of water dripping from your faucet to help that water keep moving and again prevent it from freezing. If you do have a frozen pipe, you want to, for instance, if it's under a cabinet, you want to open those cabinet doors, let the warm air of your home help to thaw those pipes out. You could take a hairdryer and blow those pipes. We don't recommend taking any kind of open flame to thaw your pipes because that can cause you other problems. But certainly sometimes it's time is what it takes. And again, if there's any indication that there's a leak that's being caused by that pipe, you want to turn your water off.
We are now in the dead of winter, and cold weather safety is a major concern, especially for those who spend time outdoors. Here's more. Like it or not, winter is upon us, and it often brings hazards like snow and ice. But there is another danger that is not as frequently addressed, and that is the cold. During especially cold weather, it is best to stay indoors, but if you must venture out, here are some guidelines you should follow to stay safe. Dress warmly in layered clothing, including a hat, a scarf, or knit mask to cover your face and mouth, sleeves that are snug at the wrist, mittens, a water-resistant coat, and water-resistant boots. Avoid exertion, as cold weather puts an extra strain on the heart. Those with heart disease or high blood pressure should follow their doctor's advice about shoveling snow or performing other activities in the cold. When outside, avoid walking on ice and keep your steps and walkways as free of snow and ice as possible. Be on the lookout for signs of hypothermia and frostbite, two common cold weather-related health problems. Warning signs of hypothermia, which is an abnormally low body temperature, include shivering, exhaustion, confusion, fumbling hands, memory loss, slurred speech, and drowsiness. If you detect symptoms of hypothermia, seek medical care immediately. Get the victim into a warm room and remove any wet clothing. Warm the center of the body first with an electric blanket if available. Otherwise, use skin-to-skin contact under loose, dry layers of blankets, clothes, towels, or sheets. Warm beverages can help increase the body temperature, but do not use alcoholic beverages. Warning signs of frostbite or an injury to the body caused by freezing include redness or pain in any skin area, white or grayish yellow skin, skin that feels unusually firm or waxy, and numbness. If you detect symptoms of frostbite, seek medical care immediately. Get the victim into a warm room and immerse the affected area in warm, not hot, water. Do not rub the frostbitten area with snow or massage it, as this can cause more damage. Do not use a heating pad, heat lamp, or the heat of a stove, fireplace, or radiator for warming, as the frostbitten areas are numb and can be easily burned. These procedures are not substitutes for medical care, and all emergencies should be reported to a physician or healthcare provider. If you follow these simple rules and exercise caution, you can weather the worst winter has to offer and come out healthy on the other side when the warm breezes of spring start to blow. We have a slightly shorter work week due to the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, but there's still a lot of gavel-to-gavel meeting coverage coming your way here or streaming online. And remember, for the most accurate and up-to-date information on all city business, check out our website at lexingtonky.gov. Here's this week's televised meeting coverage. That's all for now, but as always, you can keep up with us on social media. Check out the latest traffic updates on Twitter at LexRex, or catch our live traffic cams on lexingtonky.gov. For all of us at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.